How's it going, everybody? DJ Neeks here, and this is a video that I kind of have had on my mind for a little while. Um, and I wasn't, in fact, I wasn't even sure whether or not to make this, but I kind of felt a little compelled to go ahead and do it to I didn't even realize that I apparently had gone all in. Just playing a little pure hold'em here. Just figured I'd play something just very casually while talking about this, so I can mainly focus on talking about this with you guys. For those of you who don't know what this is about or what I'm referring to, late January, I and many other content creators received an email from YouTube informing us about the changes to their partnership program, where they were changing the criteria that you had to meet in order for your channel to be allowed to monetize your videos. And I understand why that they're doing this, because there are certain groups of people out there that try to make money off of someone else's content by re-uploading it for the purposes of trolling them or taking them down. I've seen it from some of these certain people. It's just, for someone like me, this is hurtful a little bit to some of us that are the smaller channels. Now, let me be clear on something, because I'm sure someone's going to misinterpret what it is I'm trying to do here with this video, where I'm basically reaching out to you guys. The criteria that was given out to by YouTube was that you had to meet a certain amount of hours watched by the viewers over a span of 12 months, and you had to have at least 1,000 subscribers. I checked my analytics, and according to that, it shows me the watch time minutes. And I did a little math, and you guys have helped me reach the criteria of watch hours needed for a span of 12 months. And I am extremely thankful to those of you that have helped with that. And I do, I'm going to clarify something as well about my appreciation to all of you who do watch on a regular basis, that are loyal viewers. It means a great deal to me. It means a lot. But there's another aspect about this that, I feel like I need to, this is kind of you could say this is like serious talk, personal talk here, where I shouldn't have called that. All right, I'm just going to fold here. The thing is, guys, and for those of you who may not know, my subscriber count is like 541 last I saw. So obviously I'm a little more than halfway there. Here's the thing. I've been doing this, making videos here on this channel now for, I believe, over 4 years. If you check the upload date of my channel preview video, which was the first video I ever uploaded to this channel, was 4 years ago, over 4 years ago, something like that. And I've, uploaded over 2,000, making my way to 3,000 videos. And I wanted this to be something that I could do long term for a long time, and hopefully get something in return out of it, because this is kind of where the personal stuff, comes in, where I'm 29 years old, and I'm living with my folks for a number of reasons. One, because the area we live in is extremely expensive when it comes to living expenses on your own. And because my parents understood that, they were more than willing to have me live with them, knowing that I could not afford to live somewhere on my own in the area we live in, because it's extremely expensive. I'm also not really making much of an income, so there's no way I could even afford to do something such as that. And if anyone's immediately jumping to an assumption here of what I'm doing, let me be clear about this. I'm not one of those who solely relies on this because I get nothing from this in terms of income. Okay, I work a separate job. I have a separate retail job, so I do that while also doing this. Okay, so sometimes people out there will accuse someone like me that I'm asking you guys for money or something like that. That's not at all what I'm doing here. Okay, that's not the issue. What I'm doing here is I am pretty much reaching out to you guys, not asking you for money or anything like that. I don't have a Patreon. I don't, take donations or anything like that. I am simply asking for something very simple, and that is for you guys to help me reach out to try and expand my subscriber base so I can be able to reacquire the monetization capability. I believe we are a week away or so from that going into effect, where I will no longer be able to monetize my videos with ads. And 4 years, over 2,000 videos, and what going back to what I was just saying, I'm thinking about so much right now. I'm trying to really keep it organized in terms of how I want to explain this to you guys. I'm only asking you guys to just ask one person, because if 500 people each asks one person to subscribe, that's over 1,000. If you guys were to ask just one person to check out my channel and subscribe, that would solve my subscriber criteria issue. Now, do I expect this is all of a sudden going to change the income I've gotten? No. Let me point something out here about income from what I do here on YouTube. In over 4 years of doing this, do you know how much I've gotten? I've gotten one single check for $78. And that was because for a while I was in a 2-year partnership deal with Maker Studios, and they terminated that partnership and said, well, we're going to send you whatever it is that you owed during that time. And they sent one paycheck for $78 in 2 years of doing videos. Gives you an idea of how much I make when it comes to ads and things like that. So obviously I'm not one of those who is saying I have to make income from my videos, otherwise I can't pay my bills. I'm not one of those, okay? That's not at all what's going on here. The reason that I'm concerned that I'm reaching out to you guys in this regard is because, as I mentioned before, guys, I'm 29 years old. I'm living with my folks. I didn't finish college. I don't have a degree or anything, so I guess I don't have what our society considers a quote-unquote proper education, where other jobs and such won't even consider looking at you if you don't have a college degree. So I don't have that many options in terms of jobs and things like that. And I convinced my folks that I wanted to do this because this was something I always wanted to do when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I thought the coolest job in the world would be something where you got to play video games for a living. And, this is one of those things, when you think when you're a kid, it's kind of like a pipe dream. You're like, could you imagine how cool that would be to have a job playing video games? And I, obviously never thought that was an actual reality until this thing with YouTube and gaming came around, and all of a sudden it seemed like an actual reality that you could actually do something like this, especially when I saw that there were people making a living off of doing this because of how high their subscriber counts were and how much you could make from views and ads back then. And I wanted to try and turn this into something like that. So they supported me in that regard when I told them that I could actually make some kind of income from doing something like this if I was allowed to pursue this, and they gave me the support. And when I got my partnership for the first time and told them that I was now able to actually monetize my videos, it was, I'm sure for them, it was like a whole new, okay, so now he's not just playing games like just as a hobby or just for fun. Now he's actually able to make some money from this. And what I'm concerned about is if I lose this ability to monetize my videos, is that they may put their foot down and say, you are approaching 30 years old, you need to, if you're not making money from this, then you need to do something else. You need to go back to college, get a degree or something like that. And I am not that great in academia. Okay, I was barely able to graduate from high school, and I struggled a lot in college. Some people are good at academia and education. I'm not one of them. Um, this was what I know. This is what I have a passion for. This is what I have a drive to, a motivation to do. And the fact that there are those of you out there that are always watching, that comment, leave positive comments about how much you love my videos, it keeps that motivation fresh and going. But you do, guys, I hope you understand that if you are going to invest a lot of yourself and your time into something, that you hope to get something back in return. And don't get me wrong, the comments and the feedback and the viewership that you guys give me, it does mean a lot to me. But as I mentioned, when you're 29 and you're trying to have a establish a quote unquote career from this, just feedback and viewership without making something to support yourself in that regard, at times just isn't enough, especially in the eyes of the people like your parents and such. So what I mainly just, again, your loyalty and your viewership and your feedback and everything, it means a lot to me. But I need your help, because you guys know as well as I do, just going out and advertising my channel myself is not that easy. A lot, especially, it may have been a little easier 8 years ago when the YouTube gaming thing was fresh and not that many people were doing it. These days, so many people are doing it. It is extremely hard and difficult market to get yourself known when you are a small channel. And at times you just need help. And I figure that it's easier for you guys to advertise my channel to others than it is for me to do so. Because if they hear it from someone who watches, from someone who's a viewer, it sounds different from someone who's saying, "Hey, come check out my channel." You know what I mean? So I'm basically just asking you guys very simply for help, and just do one thing. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for donations. That's not all what I'm doing. I am simply asking you guys, those of you who are viewers, who want to help me out, who want to help me be able to reestablish my monetization, just so I can keep my channel going, to keep my channel alive, so I can be able to keep having the time to be able to sit down here and make videos for my channel, is just ask one person. If you want to ask more, feel more than free to do so. Go right ahead. But I figure if 500 people just ask one person each, that would solve the issue of YouTube's new criteria for subscriber count for your channel to be monetized. That's all I'm asking. Just ask one person to check out my channel, check out my videos, and consider subscribing. That's all. It would mean the world to me if you guys helped me out with that, to be able to reach that criteria, so I can be able to reestablish that, so I can be able to have more of a shot of actually keeping my channel going, because I love doing this. Okay, I wouldn't have been investing 4 hours of my life making almost 3,000 videos with getting little to nothing in terms of income from it if I didn't love doing it. They say that it's not a job if it's something you love. Well, this is something I love to do, and the fact that there are those of you out there that loyally watch and give me feedback, positive feedback, it means more to me than you would know. But this is the first time that I'm really asking you guys to help me out here. It would mean more to me than you realize, immensely. That's all I want to give you guys an idea about, that, just to ask for your help, because I'm concerned that if I don't meet this, being able to continue this channel may become an issue. So that's all, in regards to that situation. So I will see you guys later.